enough of complaints, enough of sitting on the social media. It is now time for us to walk the talk.
The journey to 2023 has started, and we expect the youth to play a determinant role in who governs this country after the present administration. Africa, like we know, is the next frontier as far as development is concerned. When you look at the resources God has given to Africa, and when you look at the resources that God has given to Nigeria as a country, we are big, like we all know, in terms of resources, in terms of the size of the economy, in terms of the size of the population, in terms of the space, and in terms of the youth that God has given to this country, who are very young to engage this economy that is waiting to be engaged for this country to assume its God-given position as leader of the world.
Since the democratic governance in 1999, youth have best been seen as supporters, mobilizers, political foot soldiers, hired to instigate violence, manipulate elections, and intimidate opposing parties. While this image is not completely the fault of the older generation, these groups enjoy the idea of youth as political machineries rather than competitors. With the signing into law of the Not Too Young to Rule Bill in 2019, led by President Muhammadu Buhari, we have this opportunity as youth today to be involved in politics and governance, not just, like Comrade said earlier, just being on social media complaining. However, the Not Too Young to Rule slogan is actually an awakening call for all youths and young people in the Nigeria country, calling on us to take action instead of just sitting on the fence. Is politics just all about age? All about us being in 70s or 80s? No. With a rapidly expanding population, the future of Africa in general, and Nigeria in particular, belongs to the youth, who have a vital role to play in national development. Therefore, it rests on our shoulders as youth to take up our place at the helm of governance. It is time to get out of the shadows and work the work in building, creating the nation our generation yearns for. Governance in the 21st century has gone beyond ethnicity, tribalism, religious bigotry. It is high time we pull down the dark cloud of nepotism, ethnic and religious bigotry, tribalism, class divide that has greatly affected governance in Nigeria. As youths, let's come together for the sole aim of making Nigeria a nation that is integrated, developed, implementing good governance, where our parents and grandparents in the village can access quality healthcare services, constant electricity, good road network. You can imagine, it won't take so much for a young man or a father who lives in Jos, but due to a good railway network, can also have a job here in Abuja and appear at his office by 8 a.m. It is time for us to build the Nigeria we all dream about. The Nigeria we all rally on social media and talk about and say, no, this man is not doing well. Why doesn't he do it like this? Let's get out of the shadows. So youths here and across, globally, it is time for us to live the tomorrow we've waited for all these years. And the time is now. Let's go change the narrative. Let's begin to do what we say. Like the team, let's walk the walk. It is time to change the narrative. It is time to walk the walk and not just talk it.
This is what we're trying to get across. Babawa, Awayawa. I didn't say that you should stay at home. Yeah, my advice, man. You tell us, don't go left or go right. That is it. But we are the ones that will drive this vehicle. We're all able, we have energy, and we have the people that will support us. You see, that's the funny thing about life. You gave me the power. You, the Nigerian people, the youth, you have the power. The country belongs to us. What do we decide to do? Our fathers, our mothers, we will take care of them. But the idea is, we cannot be fighting a war that has already passed. From 1993 to 2023 is 30 years. If you cannot solve Nigerian problems in 30 years, leave the place.
When you want to work the talk, there are many things you have to put before you. We have young Nigerians that can turn this country beyond Dubai with a twinkle of an eye. But are you giving them opportunity? No, but you don't wait for them to give you opportunity. Do not, I repeat, it is not by carrying guns, it is not by protests, it is by showing them that it is your right and you need to take it. There's a biblical saying that said, look, the kingdom of God suffereth violence. That's what we're going through in Nigeria today. And the violent taketh it by force. So if Nigeria is suffering violence, young ones take it by force and give yourself peace so that you can sleep at home in the morning, and your children, you will wake up and say, yes, I have a map set out for my child. At 50, I'll step down and allow my young son or daughter to take over the mantle. But let me surprise you. Look, I will go down to our living, I call him a living legend, General Olusegun Obasanjo. He was 39 when he became head of state. Then even our own president was at his prime when he became a military head of state, at his prime. But do you wonder what happens? Obasanjo came back after 20 years and became a president in your presence. Muhammadu Buhari came back after 30 years and is a president ending his second tenure in your presence. Do you know what that translates to? They have taken their generation, taken the generation of their children, and they are taking the generation of their grandchildren. And you're sitting here. If we don't start thinking like this and make these people realize that we will not only walk the talk, but we will tell them it is time to allow the strength of the nation take over. That's what you tell them. And they keep saying young people go and rest after 2023, for God's sake. Do you realize that there's no job outside? And people come to say they are doing Yahoo because you have not given them opportunity. You send a child to school, the child comes up in flying colors. The child is so vibrant. You go to look for a job, they give it to their children that are yet unborn. The juicy positions you don't get. You don't get it. You are going to be either a cleaner or a messenger. They start with you with level 2. They start with their children with level 14, 15. And you are sitting down here. See, Abdul Mumin said, they have eaten, they don't want us to eat, have you? No, it's true. And today, Yarabino fought and came back, and he's still fighting to say no. And we want to be there, that place you said we want. So don't just sit down in your house and say, let me do my small POS business, for Christ's sake. There is room for progress in life. Your parents didn't give birth to you to go back to the farm that they left. No. Now let's go to where we are today. Do you know where we are today? Since 1999, these people have refused to allow anybody that is 25 up to 45, 40, if you don't fight it, for you to take position. They are not allowing it because they're even planning for another old man to come and take over 2023. And you're looking at them. No. Somebody said the age is not the problem. In the US they do, and the president is old. We know the US is working. Is Nigeria working under them? So why are you looking at them? Take up your battle with your left hand. Wear a shield. You know what your shield is? Get to your community, your village, go and start. Those are the people that will vote for you. Not Abuja. Abuja already have 10 persons to come, even up to 2,000 if there's anything like that. I'm telling you, they've lined them door up. When I entered somewhere and I went to a meeting with them, I was seeing how they were sharing who will become governor, you will take over after me, and I was wondering, in this country, nobody is thinking of their children. Nobody is saying, so where is the place of the youth and the future of tomorrow? We don't have a future in this kind of politics that we play here. Go and join a political party. Don't just join a political party. Tell them. If you sit down and think that one godfather will call you, the godfather will dictate to you what will happen. And you keep paying into his account. And you will have no other choice than to steal money. And when you leave after your tenure, the same godfather will tell them that you are a corrupt person. And they will put you in jail. They will sit down in their homes. So it is time for the youth to, we are not saying you should let the older ones totally off politics because they are experienced. But follow them. If they go to toilet, follow them. Tell them you will not leave. If they are having their midnight meeting, follow them. Because you must know how they do it. That is how you walk. You walk the talk. Don't sit in your homes and let one big man come to tell you, one man that is close to his grave, 80-something plus, he's even shaking when he's holding a microphone. He's telling you, call your members, and he will not give you 5 million naira to go and organize youth for campaign, for rally, for election. Then they will put guns in your hands. My dear, it is time to turn back to them and say we don't need it. Because your head, let me speak my general pidgin, your head they forbid to be president. I don't understand. I don't understand. And you see them killing themselves for these people. Killing themselves, youth fighting themselves. These people don't fight themselves. Whether you are PDP, APC, in the night, if you go where they meet, they sit down to drink expensive wine. And they will read your messages and newspaper and start laughing. Maybe you don't know what's going on in this country. Do you think it is the youth that are causing problems in this country? That's not true. That's not true. These same old people are the ones making you think that there's problem. Calculation, political calculation for 2023. And it is time for the youth to tell them, we know what we want. I have seen, and my eyes have, I don't see black again, I see red. These people are deceiving you. If you don't know it. And the only way to come out of these shackles is for you to realize that the future is in your hands. I like the title, Walk the Talk, walk your way into power. Walk your way into power, not by abusing them, not by carrying guns. It does not work. If you carry guns, it is still the young ones that they will kill. That's what they are. And don't let them kill your dream as a young Nigerian. Who told you you cannot be the governor of your state? I keep saying, Yaya Bello didn't know. He was just there. He was just there as if nothing. He was even planning to leave because he felt they were not taking care of him. And all of a sudden, he got a call, come back. Just like that. If you don't fight, nobody will fight your battle. If you think you can't become something because you don't have a family that answers Buhari or Obasanjo or Jonathan, you are lying. Jonathan was a nobody. According to him, he said he trekked without shoes to school. So if that kind of person that trekked from his village every time to school can become #1 citizen of Nigeria, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? So go and join a political party now and tell them you want to be in the executive decision-making table. Put yourself by force in their midst, because that's where they select who becomes anything tomorrow. If you don't have a party card, you have a problem. And number 2, the most important one is register and get a PVC. The Nigeria we are today, you cannot write result. These young ones won't allow you. They have said it. Let the old ones sit down in National Assembly and be planning how they will continue to sit. One man has been there for 25 years. For what now? God bless you. What are you doing there? So where can I be and you, where? So House of Rep, you are there. You have become Methuselah in the House of Representatives, in the Senate. After governorship, you fight your way. You smuggled yourself into the Senate and you refuse to leave. So go and get your permanent voter card. They have started registering now. If you have not registered, if you don't have a permanent voter card, go and get it. Even political parties, if you don't have a PVC, they will not take you as a member. How much do you have in your account? Somebody who has 200,000 in account cannot even say, I want to go and buy form. They have even killed the dream of Not Too Young to Run before it even came out with those kind of money. They will tell you women are not allowed to pay because they know that the woman is going nowhere. How can you come and buy, they'll give you paper free. Somebody spent 35 million for that paper. You are collecting it free of charge and you think you will win that election. They have even told you have lost from the beginning. From the beginning. I just pity these our women crying every time. They just removed me. It's tricky. So one man will sit down and gather 30-something million and you will just pay 1 million naira. Then the party will tell you are the candidate. Sorry. Youth, please tell them to bring down the tickets because you want to be governor of your state. That's what they have done. They have made it so impossible for young Nigerians to contest the election, except you are a thief. So we have to first of all tell political parties, let your ticket come down. At least COVID-19 has made them to cut salaries into to sack workers. COVID-19, please make political parties reduce their tickets. Tell them. Remember that the strength of any nation is the youth, and it is time for the youth and young Nigerians to fulfill their dreams by walking the talk. If you do not start at all, you will not make any progress. If you do not make any progress, you may never be a force to reckon with. You must realize that you are a threat to the older generation. That is why they recruit you for their selfish political end. Only when it's time, this has to stop. Stop taking political job from them. Tell them, I will take care of you. You don't have to worry. That's what you should tell them. If this dream must be realized, you must begin to drive a political movement with a youth ideology and set up strong network for the future. We just have to start somewhere. The time is always now.